According to a survey from AARP, nearly two-thirds of older adults have travel plans this year, on average spending over $6,500 on those vacations.
So it's a big deal because it's a big part of your budget. So while most travelers age 50 and above are currently using technology some for travel, there are lots of opportunities for increased and more consistent usage, and so we wanted some help on it.
Tom Kamber, the Executive Director of Older Adults Technology Services from AARP, joins us to share survey findings and the top tech tips on how to use digital travel tools to save some time and money. Good morning to you, Tom.
Good morning as well. How are you?
We're doing great. So tell us about, especially because our viewers tend to be exactly who you are talking about, what are you finding through your survey about older adults and using technology for travel?
Great. Well, I'm happy to be talking to this group here today. The survey we did came up with some really surprising results. First of all, widespread use of tech, at least for some things, like booking directly for an airline or booking a hotel directly, but shockingly low levels for people that are doing price comparison, and a really high level of desire to learn more specific tech skills to be able to go through the whole process from trip planning all the way up to the actual navigation and logistics.
Why is it so important for older adults, though, to learn more about technology that can be used for travel, Tom?
Well, first of all, it really just helps them put together a trip. So before the use of tech, people might not have been able to even sort out how to make an itinerary. Today, you can go on to something like ChatGPT, which is an AI tool that people use, and ask it to give you some options. You might say you have a certain amount of money to spend, and you want to make sure that you're visiting certain kinds of locations, and it can offer you very specific results in terms of when to travel, where to travel, and how to put together a trip. You then need to do additional research, but some of these travel tools that are available to us are enabling us to expand our options that we never had before, and then of course it really allows you to save money. When you mention that $6,500 average cost right now, that's a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And so if you can actually compare prices, you really can get a better price on some of these things, and also, frankly, avoid things like loss or fraud while you're on the trip. Technology is actually a real support tool for people really throughout that process.
Okay, you kind of have become an insider on this, so give us some inside tips on using technology the best way. What have you found that's a great idea?
Well, one of the simplest things is those Bluetooth trackers that people are using these days, the AirTag or things like that. They're like $10 or $20, and you literally just put it in your suitcase or your bag, and if you leave that bag in a taxi or it disappears somewhere at the airport, you can track that down very easily, and it really saves people time and aggravation. We're finding that things like Google Translate are super helpful if you're going to be in a country where they don't speak English. I'm finding that putting together the itinerary through a comparison price tool, but also sharing that itinerary with the people that you're traveling with, allows everybody to be up to date on where you're going, when you're going to be there, and also to have people back home available in case you need to communicate in case of an emergency.
Tom, what about protecting everyone from fraud and scams while they're using these technologies? Because that always comes into play, especially with that older generation.
It comes into play a lot, and most of the people that we surveyed had some real issues with this. So there's a couple of things. First of all, you can set up payment devices, apps on your devices, Google Pay or Apple Pay, so that you're not carrying around a lot of cash. That cash makes you more vulnerable to fraud, so being able to pay through your phone, using a credit card to back up that payment allows you to challenge a payment if it's fraudulent, and also learning the basic technology hygiene skills of password management, making sure your devices are protected, and learning to look for those frauds. We have classes available that we deliver online through our website that allow people to recognize how to do these things safely and where those sort of strange, fraudulent, or scam activities might be lurking.
Big concerns, but also big fun if it works properly. Tom, we appreciate you sharing all that. Thank you.
Thank you. And we hope people will check out our website, seniorplanet.org/travel, to get more tips and skills around this.
Great information. Tom, thank you.